Well, hey everyone, Zach Tucker here out at East Forsyth High School getting you ready for our Carolina Classic Fair Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by West Shore Home. This week we have East Forsyth versus Mount Tabor. We're joined now by Eagles head coach, Coach Willard. And Coach, just kind of take us through your thoughts so far about your team this year.
Pretty happy for the most part. We're 4-1. We're coming off a tough loss last week, but we're ready to get back on that winning way.
Tell us a little bit about some of your key playmakers.
Yeah, obviously the big buzz around our quarterback, Bryce Baker. He's doing a great job so far. Got over 1,300 yards throwing. Defensively, we're led by Nigel Gay, our defensive back, and Michael Mullins. Kai Mitchell, another one of our defensive guys, is doing a really good job. And then our offensive line's really is stepped up and kind of led the way for all those offensive yards.
Big time matchup tonight against Mount Tabor, CPC game. Tell us about some of the keys to victory tonight.
Well, we got to do better scoring in the red zone. We struggled last week, so we did really good from 20 to 20, but once we get inside the 20 into the red zone, we got to score and we got to stop people from scoring.
You look at the CPC year in, year out, there's always going to be a few teams that have a chance to make a legitimate run in the playoffs. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's great competition. It gets us ready for the playoffs. Every week in the CPC, you're just happy to come away with a win. I tell people as long as we win by 1 point, I'm happy, but it does. Our tough conference gets us ready for the playoffs.
Now, the game tonight will be broadcast all across the Piedmont Triad on My 48. How big of an opportunity is this for your program?
We love it. We love that you guys do this, being on TV probably a couple times a year. It's awesome for the kids, awesome for our program, awesome for our county to have this opportunity for people to watch us.
And one of our big sponsors for the Friday Night Rivals games is the Carolina Classic Fair. They actually kick off tonight over at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. So I've got to ask you, Coach, do you have any favorite fair food or favorite fair attractions?
I just love watching my kids go. I got 2 young kids, Harper and Morgan. My wife takes them. I just sit there and watch them. And they go on the rides. I'm not a big ride guy, so I make my wife, Katie, do all that.
And speaking of kids, let's talk about one of your former kids, Jalen Rayner. Had a big week last week over at Arkansas State. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, always great to see our former guys have success, and just so proud of Jalen. He believed himself being a quarterback. A lot of people wanted him to change positions, be a defensive guy. I'm just so happy that Arkansas State gave him a chance, and he's just doing his thing just like he did when he wore the Navy here.
Sometimes players will have a C on their chest for, captain position, but in this case, we're going to say that the C is for comedian. Who on your team, has the best chance to make anyone laugh at any given time?
I really don't know. I would probably say my defensive coordinator would probably be the biggest guy, Coach Bryant, my new DC. He's kind of a clown. The kids don't do much clowning around me, so I'm not very good to answer which kid. I kind of wish some of my coaches would not do so much clowning.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I know that the Eagles have scored a few touchdowns this year. Which player would you say has the best touchdown celebration?
I would probably say out of all those, I would say maybe Jalen Murray. He's a little more animated and does some things.
Okay. Yeah, does he have like a go-to move?
No, not a go-to move, but he celebrates a little bit more. Some of the guys are just more laid back when they score.
Now, you guys have a long way to go throughout the season, kind of almost in the middle of conference play right now, but what's your biggest message to all the Eagles fans out there?
We're going to get back on that winning way and push through, get through this tough conference schedule and get ready for the playoffs.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks so much for your time, Coach Willard. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good luck tonight and the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and send it out to Winston-Salem. All right, well, we are at Mount Tabor High School joined by Coach Brown. And, Coach, just kind of take us through your thoughts about your team so far this season.
Yeah, man, we started off with a little we done fizzled out a little bit, opened up conference 0-2. We're trying to get back on that winning track, and the kids are practicing really hard, and we've been having a good week so far.
Tell us a little bit about some of the key players on your team this year.
Of course, well, we got Shamaris Peterkin. This guy can do it all. He plays cornerback on the defense. He plays a little bit of quarterback. He plays receiver. We could put him at running back. We put him everywhere, man. They say Snook can do it all. And on the defensive side of the ball, we have Jadon Blair. He's our defensive leader. He plays free safety, but he'll make a lot of plays in the box. So having those two guys, leading your team, that's a good thing.
And those guys, and I believe a couple other guys on the team too, have already gotten some looks from some of the colleges, going on to the next level. How does that make you feel as a coach to have some players that are getting some national attention?
Yeah, Matthias Banks is one of those guys. He just recently picked up App State. But anytime you see your kids and you know they're going to play at the next level, that's a good feeling. Like, that's the goal as a coach. Winning is very important, but also seeing your guys go on and become big, do bigger and better things is always the goal. But we have a lot of kids on this football team that's going to play college football. And, I stay on them about grades, because without grades is no college football. And, everybody won't go play college football, but I always want to raise good men that's going to be good fathers and good guys in the community.
Now, the CPC, it seems like year in and year out, there's always several teams that have a chance to make a legitimate run in the playoffs. Why do you think that is for, this conference, and the prestige with everything? Oh, man, good coaches that create good programs. And I say it all the time, man, we just don't have good teams, we have good programs. Each and every year, these guys are going to come to play. I really say that the coaching staffs of each school pushes one another. We seen East Forsyth win stuff, and it pushed us to go win stuff. And just like Davie County, they making noise right now. And it's all about preparing your team and getting better. And so if you can do well in the CPC, you can do well in the state. And speaking of East Forsyth, big time matchup tonight with the Eagles. Tell us a little bit about the Eagles overall and what fans can expect to see on the field.
Man, East Forsyth it's a typical East Forsyth team, man, with a lot of talent all around. They got the big time quarterback. Number 7 is a great receiver. They got a multiple running backs, 4, 9, 6. So they cause you a lot of problems. Coach Willard do a good job each and every year. But, we have some playmakers too, and we're ready to go tonight.
Now, the game will be broadcast on My48. One of our big sponsors for the event is the Carolina Classic Fair. The fair actually kicks off tonight, so I've got to ask you, Coach, what are some of your favorite fair foods and favorite fair attractions?
Man, I'm a sausage dog type guy, man. I love the onions and the bell peppers and things like that. And I would say my wife, she loves the chicken wings and the turkey wings. So, but we look forward to it. We've been going to it for years, and I have 2 kids, and I'm sure they want to go, and I'm gonna have to take them.
And since this game will be broadcast on television across the Piedmont Triad, how big of an opportunity is this for your program?
Oh man, it's always great to get the kids exposure. Just display their talents and everything. And so, we love it. We love these TV games. We've been fortunate to win 2 trophies from the TV games, and we're going to try to make that same thing happen.
And with this being a conference game tonight, is that kind of more of like a must-win sort of feeling for your team?
Man, we're in a situation right now where our backs are against the wall. We got to come out and give it our best every week. And I wouldn't say it's a must-win, but we need this win.
And tell us a little bit more about you, Coach. I feel like we already know a lot about your accomplishments on the field, but what's maybe a hidden talent of yours that we don't know about?
My greatest strength is my greatest weakness, and it's my heart.
A lot of teams have the C on their chest for captain, but in this case, we want to say the C is for comedian. Who's maybe that one guy on your team that you can go to for a good laugh every now and then?
Oh, man, you don't put me on the spot. I would have to say probably Jaden Wallace. Jaden Wallace, number 2. He keeps the guys laughing all the time. He's a great leader, man. He's a senior. He's been with us for 3 years, and that guy, he says things in moments that you might say, huh? But he breaks the ice, you know what I'm saying? So when things are tight, he loosens everybody up, and he's a great captain.
And the Spartans, they've already scored a couple of touchdowns this year. I'm sure that you want to see that trend continue. But which player has the best touchdown celebration?
None of them. We don't, we're trying to avoid penalties. So if you get out there and you celebrate, like, you can get kicked out for 2 games. So I don't let my guys do any celebrating. No, they come to the sideline and celebrate with their teammates.
And now we are entering sort of the conference phase. I guess we've already had a couple of conference games underway, but still plenty of time left in the season for you guys to make that playoff push.
Yes,
what's your biggest message to all the Spartans fans out there?
Keep believing. Keep believing. We still believe, and we're going to give it our best shot each and every week. And we still got a lot of good football left in us.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time, Coach.
Thank you,
appreciate it. Good luck tonight and the rest of the way this season. For more updates, subscribe to the ABC 45 YouTube channel.